those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care. So if you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel, then click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So today's video is going to be short and sweet. We are going to talk about natural hair, and we are going to talk about 7 tips, or I have 7 tips for you for when you don't always love your natural hair. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so like I said, I do have 7 tips for when you are not necessarily loving your natural hair. And I know this might come as a shock, and I will link this video down below because I also did a video about going natural and some realizations and some come to Jesus moments that you might need to have with yourself about going natural. It might surprise you if you have not watched that video or if you are not a part of the natural hair community. I love my natural hair. I love the texture. I love everything about it. I love the versatility. I love my natural hair, but sometimes I don't like my natural hair, or sometimes I struggle with it, or sometimes it's just kind of like blah. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Chop it all off. I know for me personally, I have never gotten to the point where I want to get a relaxer or get another relaxer because I have been relaxed before. I've been natural for 12 years. I've never gotten to that point. But these tips kind of help me get through some of those moments when I'm not exactly liking my hair, okay? The other thing that I want to point out is that it's not just me. I might not be your favorite hair guru, and that's fine. You might watch me, you might watch somebody else. But what also may surprise you is that that person or your favorite hair guru or your favorite content creator, they don't always love their hair either. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's inevitable. You might have a terrible wash day. You might have a braid out that looks terrible. You might have a twist out that looks terrible. Maybe you got a trim and you don't like the shape of your hair. Maybe you need a trim and your hair, when you're taking it out of its twist and when you're taking it out of its braid out, it's not laying right. It's not flowing right. Your curls aren't popping. There are just so many things, or there are so many reasons as to why someone might not be feeling their hair right now. But I do have 7 tips to kind of get you through that. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one, which I have toyed with before, I'm not really sure where all of this would go. But if you're not feeling your hair, if you don't know what to do with it, try a wig. Don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't be so quick to just chop all of your hair off or go for a relaxer. Throw your hair in some cornrows and try on a wig. I have always wanted to try a wig because I had this idea of me having this really full bob. Like I said, I have no idea where all of this would go, but if I was given the opportunity to try on a wig, it would be a really sexy, short, kind of flippy bob that's very full and just full of life and body. And to be honest, I would probably try black, but I would maybe try a very deep, dark brown, or maybe an auburn or something like that. But if you're struggling with your hair and you're looking for something different, don't be so quick don't make such a knee-jerk decision that you're going to regret 2 weeks later. Because like I said, you are going to have a love-hate relationship with your natural hair. It's just inevitable. But try a wig. Go to your local beauty supply store. I know here in the Carolinas we have Tyson, and the entire back of that store, first of all, it's as big as a department store, but the entire back of that store is dedicated to wigs. So do something new and try a wig, okay? The next one that I want to bring to your attention, which if you have been following my channel, you know very well. If you are not feeling your hair, or if you're not really sure what to do with it, try a head wrap. As you can see, my hair is wrapped. My hair does need to be washed. I kind of just threw my twist up. I wrapped them around my head, laid my edges a little bit. I threw on my head wrap. I threw on some earrings, and I'm good to go. As you have heard me say before, head wraps are an integral part now of my wardrobe. They make me feel beautiful. They make me feel regal. And I would say just about now I have just about every color. If I wear a dress or a set, I probably have a color head wrap to match, okay? But if you are not feeling your hair, try a head wrap. Try different prints, try different textures, try different colors. You can do multicolors. You can do multicolors that have prints. You can do, textures with different colors. Try a head wrap. You'd be surprised at how versatile they are. There are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of ways to tie a head wrap. Today, I chose to tie it right here and then do a double knot. Other days, I might do a single knot and then just wrap it around my head. So get on Pinterest, get on YouTube. YouTube University, and try a head wrap when you don't know what to do with your hair. Okay? Number 3, which y'all have seen me do before, and I think my previous video on Sunday, you saw what I did. Try accessories. You have heard me say before, but I love to adorn my hair, simply to just show it off and show its beauty. If you don't know what to do with your hair, try accessories. Try a low bun, and then maybe like to the side, put like maybe your beautiful comb or a couple of barrettes. If you have braids or if you have twists, try using like the cowrie shells that you will see the beautiful Caribbean women wear, or even try, I think like they're called, I think they're called cuffs. I have some, I have large ones, I have small ones. So if you have braids or twisting, try putting some of those cuffs on your braids. They also have the ones that swirl down and have like a little charm at the end of it. Just kind of, again, change it up. You want to get yourself back to the point where you are inspired to do your natural hair, okay? So if you are bored with your hair, just kind of maybe throw it up, whether that be in a low chignon or like a low bun, maybe like a top knot, and then try something different. Maybe take like a barrette, or maybe take like a couple of combs and just put them to the side, or maybe you might put your bun to the side and then just put the combs right here, and you'll be good to go. Number 4, if you don't know what to do with your hair, if you're trying to change things up, try a protective style. Now, I know that in the natural hair community, there are do's and don'ts of protective style. Some people are for it, some people are against it. If you have watched my channel, you will know that my most asked question is, how was I able to grow my hair waist length and then longer than that? It's number 1, I keep my ends away, but furthermore than that, for me personally, I swear by my mini twist, okay? I love my mini twist because for a couple of reasons. I'm able to treat my hair as if it were out. I literally take my mini twist and I style my hair as if my hair was out. When I need to, I can just put my hair up, my ends are away. And then actually I do find that it is not necessarily easier, but I'm able to keep my hair moisturized. I will maybe go in maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and just kind of like re-moisturize my twist and then just keep it moving. Whenever my hair is in twist and whenever I leave my hair alone, I find that my hair thrives, okay? I will link down below also my protective styling video, the do's and don'ts. I know there will probably always be this debacle, or there will always be this debate about whether or not protective styles are actually helping your hair, and if protective styles or styling is actually protecting your hair. For me personally, on my hair journey, it has done just that, okay? So I prefer mini twists. You might prefer braids, you might prefer passion twists. I know right now what is really popular are the poodle twists. Me personally, I would not consider that I would not consider that a protective style because of how it's done. But protective style, basically a protective style, it protects your hair, but it's supposed to keep your hair and your ends, especially your ends, away from the elements. Because when you are trying to retain your length, you need to make sure that you are keeping up with your ends, because they are the weakest part and the oldest part of your hair, okay? So try a protective style. Excuse me. It doesn't even have to be in the same color as your hair. If you have black hair, maybe you can do a little bit of auburn or brown. If you have brown hair, maybe you can try black. Again, these tips are trying to get you back into loving and back into the inspiration of doing your natural hair. Number 5, get online and start looking at, I love Pinterest for all of the things that I'm talking about, whether it's fashion or hair. Get online and just start looking up natural hairstyles. You're going to see some beginner, some intermediate, and you're going to see some very complex. But just start getting online and looking for inspiration, which is going to bring me to point number 6. Get on YouTube, whatever social media platform you like. Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I prefer YouTube when it comes to long form content, especially hair videos. Because for me personally, whenever I'm in a rut and I start looking up hair videos, they actually just kind of like put a little fire or put like a little pep in my step. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up right now and I'm going to try this. So I find that when I'm kind of like in a slumpy mood about my hair, when it's kind of just like blah and I'm over it, I find that when I start watching videos, especially with someone who I find very entertaining, very knowledgeable, and their hair texture is somewhat like mine, and I love the hairstyle and I love the knowledge that they're bringing along with the hairstyle in the video, I find that I kind of have like this fire that's just like kind of up under me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up right now and I'm going to do this style. I never have really actually gotten up and done it, but the next day I find that I am much more enthusiastic when it comes to my hair. I get back into my regimen. I'm checking my ends. I'm dusting my ends. I'm looking for single strand knots. So when you are in a slump, look up videos, look up photos, look up inspiration. It should kind of segue you back into loving your natural hair, okay? And then the last tip that I do want to bring to your attention, which is something that I have talked about before, and I also wholeheartedly believe this as well. Number 7 is change your perspective. And what I mean by that is you might be in a slump with your natural hair because you think it's not growing. You might be in a slump with your natural hair because you think you're not retaining your length. You might be in a slump with your natural hair because you don't like the texture. You don't like the now texture that you have. Let's say you have big chopped and now your hair is getting longer and you don't like your hair texture and you're not really sure what to do with your hair. When I say change your perspective, what I mean is think about how far you have come. Back in 2010, when I chopped off my hair, I did not do a big BC, but I did cut it off gradually. Back in 2010, when I finally chopped off my hair, it was right here. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. But if I did not put in the time and the effort, if I didn't have the confidence, if I wasn't thankful for what I had then, I would not have what I have now, okay? Which brings me to my next point. Be thankful for what you have now. You always have to be thankful, and that's really in everyday life. In order for you to get more, in order for you to surpass where you are, in order for you to reach your goal, you have to stand confident and you have to stand where you are now in all of your glory and in all of your beauty. And I know people are like, well, this is a very vain topic. Yes and no. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But at the same time, if you want your hair to flourish, if you want your hair to grow, if you want to retain your length, you have to set yourself up for that. What is that saying? Dress how you want to be addressed, or dress for the position that you want, not where you are. So when you are looking at your hair in the mirror and you have no idea what to do with it, just sit back and think how far you have come. It may only be a month since you've big chopped. It may only be 2 months. It may only be 3 months. But when you look back a year from now and you have done your deep conditions, you have kept up with your ends, you have done the dusting, you have done the care, you have stuck with your regimen, and you look back and you now have a head full of hair that's bra strap length, you're going to think back to that time, maybe 3 months, 6 months, or a year ago when you were standing in the mirror and you had no idea what to do with your hair. You're going to say, because I was thankful, because I kept on my journey, I was blessed, okay? And I know I'm harping about it, but for me in my hair journey, that was something that I really had to realize. I had to realize that my hair is like nobody else's on this earth. We might have the same hair texture, but something might be different. We might be 4C, we both might be 4B, but she might be low porosity, I might be high porosity. When I actually sat down and thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be proud, I'm going to be beautiful, and I'm going to continue on my journey, I saw, and of course I had to still learn my hair and I had to implement a good regimen. I saw my hair flourish, okay? One of the things that I am so passionate about, as you can see, it is fashion and it is hair. But one of the things that I am very passionate about is women living in their beauty. Women living in their natural beauty. Okay, so those are all the tips that I have for you when you are not necessarily loving your hair. Let me know what your favorite tip was, or let me know if you have another tip to share with the group in the comments. I just want to remind you that here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And of course, you know, right here, I will put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me. I will see you later. Bye.